So, in what seems to be, I assume, an ongoing and interminable series of Elon Musk giving conservatives or conservative leaning people the keys to the kingdom so that they can write out Twitter thread screeds that, attack their opponents and vindicate all their positions. We now have the Twitter Files Part 2, Twitter's secret blacklists. Here we go. We have the second kicker here. A new Twitter Files investigate. We're just gonna get one of these every like 3 days now. Reveals that teams of Twitter employees build blacklists, prevent disfavored tweets from trending, and actively limit the visibility of entire accounts or even trending topics, all in secret, without informing users. Now, enterprising, intelligent, and keen-eyed viewers might be aware of the fact that the right for Twitter to deprioritize certain tweets or people in the algorithm is specified in the terms of service of Twitter, that it was written there in the publicly available terms of service that you could click on and read. It's where it said that they could do that, but who reads those, I guess. Other keen-eyed individuals might realize that Elon Musk has said he'll be doing that as well. Negative hate tweets will be max deboosted and demonetized, so no ads or other revenue to Twitter. You won't find the tweet unless you specifically seek it out, which is no different from the rest of the internet. So he said he's going to do the same thing. This is actually worse than the kinds of shadow banning we're about to see that Twitter has done, because the kinds of shadow banning Twitter has done has been like limiting algorithmic exposure. Elon Musk is essentially taking it out of the algorithm, Like what he's talking about here is worse. This entirely removed. If you can only find a tweet by specifically seeking it out, that tweet might as well not even exist. So, yeah. So, okay, it was in Twitter terms of service, and Elon's doing the same thing, but let's continue. Twitter once had a mission to give everyone the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. Along the way, barriers nevertheless were erected. Who could have believed? Take, for example, Stanford's Dr. Day Chada Bhattacharya. We ever covered this person? I don't believe we have. Who argued COVID lockdowns would harm children. Twitter secretly placed him on a trends blacklist, which prevented his tweets from trending. Or consider the popular right-wing talk show host Dan Bongino, who at one point was slapped with a search blacklist. Ooh. Twitter set the account of conservative activist Charlie Kirk to do not amplify, and not safe for work view, apparently. Twitter denied that it did such things, blah, 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 blah. Here's the fun part right here. This is proof. The Libs of TikTok account was actually getting special treatment from Twitter. Do not take action on user without consulting with SIPPES. This account had a specific flag saying, do not moderate this account. What does SIPPES mean? Well, I assume it means like someone higher up in the company. They were given special treatment. 100%. Twitter would have banned Libs of TikTok, who, again, keep in mind, was actively like creating target lists for stochastic terrorism. After the children's hospital bomb threat that was a product of her and Matt Walsh, both of them would have been removed from the platform 100% if it was not for the fact that they were conservatives, and Twitter was afraid of stirring up a bunch of drama with conservatives. Wait, what? Hospital bomb threat? What? Well, there you go. This was the pre-Elon Musk Twitter group, They were cowards. This is, people look at this. People look at all this, and they say, oh, conservative accounts were shadow banned. Well, here's something that, you can ask anybody who brings this up. First of all, Barry Weiss is trying to make the argument that there is an anti-conservative bias from Twitter. Can we get any evidence that these shadow bans were disproportionately levied against conservatives? Like, what they're doing here is they're going in, choosing like 4 conservative accounts, or in this case, like an anti-COVID whatever account, and saying, well, there were these limitations there. What about other people? I mean, this proves that there was some kind of like very direct preferential. Yeah, Barry Weiss presenting information dishonestly, if you can believe such a thing. Question number 2. How do you guys know that these accounts that are shadow banned, or to whatever extent they are, I still see plenty of shit from these accounts, wouldn't have just been regular banned if they weren't conservative accounts. Yeah, Twitter has acknowledged that its algorithm has a right-wing bias. This was from Twitter itself. So to that extent, this is the case for like basically all social media for a variety of reasons. So to that extent, like, what bias does this prove? Because the only active evidence of bias that's provided by this thread, the only thing here that empirically proves any bias is this little bit right here above the Libs of TikTok account. Do not take action on user without consulting with SIPPS. Right there. That's it. And it's favorable to conservatives. Yeah, Charlie Kirk was promoting violence. For all of these accounts, with the exception of that COVID guy to begin with, would have been promoting violence to some extent or another. Being conservative is about promoting violence, anti-democracy, a variety of other things. There is a reason why. There are so many lines from which you can take this. Yeah, Libs of TikTok got like 6 temp bans. Absolutely would have been regular banned if it was any other account. People say, oh, well, conservative bias, you know. First of all, if such a bias was proven, and it has not been, I would be in favor of it. And the reason for that being, conservatives should get banned more often because they do things that are ban-worthy more often. You know what I mean? It's like complaining the criminal justice system is a bias against thieves. Like, yeah, no shit. Like, any sensible terms of service is going to broadly outline, you know, the shit you can't do. And the shit you can't do is just going to hit conservatives more often because they're bad people. Yeah, you know, what do you want from me? There's more for LTT's bias. It's reprehensible. Searches of Libs of TikTok's account do not return any tweets made after November 18th, the day before the Club Q shooting. This is verified in iOS, Android, and desktop multiple accounts. This isn't the case on any other account as far as I can verify. This is from December 4th. For example, searches for the term drag, only a tweet about North Carolina drag show November 18th. However, multiple recent tweets use the word drag. This isn't specific words either. It applies to all word searches for content after November 18th. This seems to apply to all their content and searches, including their name. For instance, searching drag show along with Libs of TikTok returns several replies, but not their most recent tweet using the term. Not the case with several other accounts. Not sure if this is part of Elon's max deboosted and demonetized strategy announced on 11/18. However, it makes it harder for disinformation and hate speech researchers to search what's been posted if the account is excluded from searches going forward. So is this like an Elon shadow ban or whatever? Is this protection? Is this meant to be like a, hey, be quiet? It's impossible to know. It's genuinely, like, we can't. It's tiring to cover this because it seems like, at least for now, Twitter is kind of shot. It's impossible to know how much Elon is going to tweak stuff behind the scenes, and it seems like without any serious advertiser money to incentivize him to behave well, he might just like let this whole thing circle down the drain for a while. So, you know, it's difficult to know like what the point is. This is a very pathetic drop, though, given that the only actual information here, the only actual evidence of bias is one which favors conservatives. And secret blacklists stuff that the terms of service allows them to do. Yeah, and apparently Barry Weiss just got to see into the back end of Twitter. Like, look, you can see in the photos taken here that Barry Weiss is taking, presumably with a phone camera, back end Twitter stuff that apparently gives access to like DMs on these accounts. I assume that Barry Weiss was just let into Twitter HQ and was like shown a couple of account backends by like a very excited Elon Musk. Oh, she didn't? The head of Twitter safety took the screenshots? Gotcha, head of Twitter safety did. This is an extremely weird way of presenting this information. If this is meant to be like a professional drop that was facilitated by Twitter's head of safety, why are these taken with camera? Why aren't these edited screenshots? What is this? Why isn't there stuff like blacked out and redacted? This is very strange. What? Why? Why? Very weird. Could be a violation. What, of some like EU ruling? Could be a violation of Stored Communications Act. It makes more sense that Twitter's head of safety would have taken these photos. I just don't understand why they would have been presented this way. It makes it look so scuffed. The moral of the story is that right-wingers are retarded. Well, yeah, but head and safety did not give permission for these photos. What? New head of trust and safety at Twitter with a clear answer. We did not give this access to reporters, and no, reporters were not accessing user DMs. The screenshots came from me. So it did give, okay. So it came from somebody at Twitter. Weiss was given unfiltered access. Wait, what's the truth? Our team was given extensive unfiltered access to Twitter's internal communication systems. Wait, who's telling the truth? So this person from Twitter security is saying the screenshots, but they're not screenshots, they're photos. This person is saying the photos came from her, but Abigail Shrier is saying that the team was given extensive unfiltered access to Twitter's internal comms and systems. What do you think the odds are that Ella over here is just lying? By unfiltered, okay, Abigail could be lying and hyping it up in a very stupid way. Ella could be lying, and it could actually, they could have been given direct access. Or maybe by unfiltered access, they mean like they could have just requested to look at the back end of any account. Who tweeted first? Abigail Shrier tweeted first. Abigail Shrier is known to lie? Well, yeah, but anyone working currently at Twitter is probably being told to lie. I don't even know. Could you please explain the exact circumstances under which this whole process occurred? Who requested these images? What conditions did the reporters agree to? How were these specific screenshots chosen? What were they intended to illustrate? Why are they photos? Thank you, Tamake. What did she mean by extensive unfiltered access? This is what I mean. Guys, I've said this so many times. This is what I mean by the inherent incompetence of fascists. Everything here is a massive shit show. I have never seen corporate incompetence on this level. Every single day, new stuff comes out of Twitter to this effect. It is absolutely insane. They are just incapable. Is a response given to this? No response from Ella. Ella's lying and we all know it. Listen, how about we just assume that they're both lying? Let's just assume Ella's lying and Abigail Shrier's lying. Okay? How about that? Does that work? This might end up violating like EU privacy laws. I have no idea. Didn't Abigail Shrier write that super transphobic book? Yes. Matt Bender makes it seem like the photos were just sent out too. How'd you choose which accounts to send to Barry Weiss? Was it just these specific accounts that were requested? Who made the requests? They're not going to answer. Ella's not going to answer because they're lying. There's no way. I think Ella's the one who's lying here. My best guess is that Shrier or Weiss or whoever else was like on the phone or on video call with people on Twitter, and they were asking, hey, look up this account. Hey, look up this account. Hey, look up this account. Oh, it says that. Take a picture and send it. I think the pictures were taken by Twitter safety, but the directing and searching was being done effectively by Weiss or Shrier. That's my guess. And that Ella is over here doing a half-truth, where they said the screenshots requested came from me so we could ensure no personal info was exposed. We did not give this access because I was the one at the computer being directed. That to me is the most likely explanation. And the idea of a bunch of like far-right pseudo-journalists just being able to go like, oh yeah, look up this account's secret backend info. Look up this account's secret backend info. Absolutely psychotic. Wait, Ella might have sent them out? Yeah, I just said that. Ella was almost certainly the one who sent them out. There are watermarks in the screenshot indicated it's Ella Irwin's account being used. Yeah. So, like, they would have been on the phone or whatever, and Ella would have, like, been taking instructions on which accounts to look up. The fact that, like, these photos were taken with a phone or whatever, to me, lends credibility to that idea because it makes it seem like this was just some, like, really quick, snappy thing, you know? Where Elon wanted to do another big Twitter info drop. So he was like, yeah, get, like, Barry Weiss or whatever. And, like, yeah, get a call, you know, take a look at some conservatives in the back end, you know? Still, choosing not to screenshot is very strange. Elon Musk comes from the car world. When you want to accidentally leak new car photos, you take camera photos of computer images. But these aren't meant to be accidental leaks. They're meant to be like direct from Twitter safety. Whatever. Insane. Screenshotting might literally be blocked on this PC. There's always a way around that. Even if it's a better photo, you know, just weird stuff. Incredibly strange. Very, very weird. Screenshots can be tracked. They'd probably flag the user. No, but it's okay if the user's flagged. This was done with Twitter's permission. Are we doing investigation shit? I just want to know who's lying. Personally, I think that this is a shit show. It led to people resigning from Head and Safety. 3 of us resigned from Twitter's Trust and Safety Council today. Neat. Jack responded to Elon. 3 of us resigned from Twitter's Trust and Safety. You all belong in jail. It's a crime that they refused to take action on child exploitation for years. This is false. What? Twitter refused to remove child because it didn't violate policies. Lawsuit. Twitter refused to take down widely shared pornographic images and videos of a teenage sex trafficking victim because an investigation didn't find a violation of the company's policies. Child sex abuse. That was debunked, if I recall correctly. This is old. This is from years ago. This article is from 2021, but this refers to an incident from 2019, doesn't it? Yeah, can you link the debunking? Elon mostly disbanded the team that takes down child sex abuse on Twitter, by the way. Yeah, of course. Literally all social media sites are going to have issues with the distribution of child abuse material because it's a social media site. You've got like millions of people using it. Variety of like that's wasn't there an investigation shown that there was like an ungodly amount of child pornography being circulated on Facebook of all places, and that like a huge part of being a Facebook like trust and safety guy is just like putting on your like the suicide goggles that put the spikes in your eyeballs and just like browsing through a ton of reported shit going like child child porn and then they all kill themselves. Yeah. Sounds like hell. Yeah, it sounds really bad. But Elon Musk disbanded like all the people. First of all, like Elon Musk is big with conservatives and libertarians who are all pedophiles. That's one. For two, he got rid of like everyone at Twitter. They didn't even have a head of communications. So it seems like now, if anything, Twitter would be more vulnerable than ever before to any kind of like child abuse material. Pornhub had an issue with that and revenge porn, so nuked like 2/3 of their videos. Yeah, Pornhub did like the most base thing that I think a porn site can do, and they nuked all videos, all archives of all videos going back like over a decade, except from accounts that were verified, and verified accounts have to post like ID shit. Like you have to like prove your identity to post porn there now. Even if you're like an amateur account or whatever. I think we can fully agree that any work Elon Musk might have done to ban like child sex abuse topics on Twitter was immediately undone when he unbanned Carl Benjamin. A YouTuber named Drifter had his Discord raided by Nazis who spanned CP, and when he reported the guy who did it to the FBI made him gather the CP images and send it to them as proof. He had to look at it to send to him. What the That sounds like a trap. Jesus Christ, what? The feds are like, yeah, can you gather and categorize all of this child pornography to send to us so that we can prosecute somebody else? No, I don't think so, Mr. Fed. I have no idea what your game is here, but I'm not playing in it. Feds, man. Yeah, they're doing it for fun too. They're like they want to take an early lunch that day, so they're like, yeah, fuck it, make him do it, you know? Yeah, okay. So anyway, what does this have to do with literally anything we were talking about? Oh yeah, some trust and safety people resigned because apparently far-right journalists are just running around the back end of Twitter. And the top reply is a article from a year ago about an event from multiple years ago that may or may not have anything to do with the people who resigned. That apparently has been debunked, according to one person in chat, who I'm choosing to believe because the New York Post is not exactly a reliable source of information. Then Elon Musk jumps in, and now Jack is jumping in to get ratioed. Okay, cool. Great. Oh yeah, here we go. Layoffs have gutted Twitter's child safety team. Just one person remains to enforce the company's ban on child sex abuse material across Japan, the Asia Pacific region. Jesus Christ, you mean the most populous region on the planet? One guy? Yeah, what a legend. What a goddamn, what a wall, you know? My man, holding down the fort, single-handedly blocking all for like a third of the human population or more. Jesus Christ. Truth, Anna. Moving child exploitation is priority number one. Twitter's new owner and CEO Elon Musk declared last week. Oh, wait, never mind. 60% of the world's population. By Asia Pacific, I didn't know if they included India. Just 4.3 billion people. Elon also liked this not safe for work pic of Rebecca from Cyberpunk, who looks really young here. What the fuck are you showing me? Oh yeah, I like this. I I don't know if I can. I don't know if we can wield the pedo hammer on this one. I'll wield the pedo hammer on Elon Musk for being Elon Musk, but not necessarily for this. Oh yeah, do you guys remember Elon Musk's tweet where he was like, "Hey, if you see any child sexual abuse material, post it in this thread." Do you guys remember that? I can't believe he did that. Hey, if you come across any child porn while browsing my new website, can you just like drop it in the thread so I can delete it? Do you remember that? Can somebody link that tweet? Hold on. Elon Musk, Twitter. If you see any abuse, drop it here. Link it here. He probably said link it here. I don't know how to find this tweet. If somebody could find it, it's just very funny. And I think and I want it to be in the segment. Where is it? Twitter is such a dog shit search function. Elon Musk, Twitter, abuse report. Found it? Thank you. Yeah, here we go. Absolute banger. Removing child exploitation is priority number one. Please reply in comments if you see anything Twitter needs to address. The idea of crowdsourcing your anti-child pornography initiative is so fucking funny. Jesus Christ, I thought you were joking. No, this was like 2 weeks ago. Did I mute? Oh yeah, Ramspal is super annoying. Yeah, the main bit that people have done as a product of that is people saying like, "Oh, haha, Elon wants to see the CP or whatever." That's not the funny part. The funny part is like, tech guy takes control of a social media company and like loses his entire anti-child abuse team, and then is like, "Okay, we'll crowdsource it," and just wants people to like report it in a thread. Like that's just so funny, you know? It's such a tech brain thing to do. It's the attitude of like, yeah, we'll release it in early access or in beta and people will just report the bugs or whatever, except with child porn. Incredible stuff. I think I found it. That New York Post article was what was alleged in a lawsuit, not what actually happened. Oh, okay. So the alleged statements were being reported as fact. Don't get me wrong. It would not be surprising to me if Twitter's trust and safety team responded terribly to a report of child abuse material on the platform. Social media companies are not great at that generally. I've heard tons of stories of like revenge porn not getting taken down or whatever else, you know?